Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm Jay and this is D and this is our Two Cents, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the Lomachenko Richard Comey fight. We'll be also talking about the undercard, and we'll be giving our thoughts in this video. So first, we're going to start with the undercard and why some of the undercard were so short as far as the fights.
I don't think any undercard was longer than 10 rounds.
Yeah. So from my understanding, I think and believe that the undercards, when you have fights that are 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, stuff like that, it's more of a preparatory type fight. It's not like a major fight, no belt, no title, no, I want to say high competition is what I believe when it comes to low rounds and stuff like that. But what did you think about the fighters themselves in the undercard?
I thought some of the fighters were good. Let's see. Keyshawn, I felt like the silver medalist from the last Olympics, he had a pretty good showing in his fight. Big Baby, he had a pretty good fight. He had a pretty good showing in his fight. He also had a very interesting ring walk with the pimp outfit on. I thought that was pretty dope. Let's see, who else? Ali Walsh. That was a pretty close fight. I think he actually almost maybe lost that one, but that was a pretty close fight. I'm interested to see how he does in the future. That was his 3rd professional fight, so he's 3-0 now.
Yeah.
How you feel about Ali Walsh? You think he's...
I'm glad he stopped doing all that bouncing around. So, for real, like, hey, look, I know Ali, yo, grandpa and stuff, man, but listen, this boxing, bro. If you ain't trained for real to do his style, because that's his style. So if you ain't trained to do his style and work that hard, and it ain't that I'm saying you're not working hard, just that's a difficult way to fight. You gotta have a lot of stamina, to be moving and sticking. So he probably can pull it off, but he's new to the ring, so I think he, maybe he's practicing on that in the ring, but not necessarily in the fight when he's actually doing it. Once he gets it under his belt, then I think he could probably pull it off pretty good, because he was doing it with the even lesser competition. But I think today when he fought, or yesterday when he fought the other guy, bouncing around, he probably would have got a little bit more tired, and it wouldn't have been a close fight. So yeah.
What about Keyshawn? I really felt like he looked Terrence Crawfordish, but he's a good fighter. I'm interested to see what he looks like in the future, and of course always what he will look like against better competition.
I'm glad that he wants all the smoke. So it's very few.
They all say they want all the smoke.
Exactly.
They all want all the
smoke. So and because they say they want all the smoke, I'm glad we out here, because we're gonna push all the smoke. So if you say you want all the smoke, we're gonna act like you want all the smoke. So I'm glad he's a supposedly top fighter and top contender. And with him being a top contender and him wanting all the smoke, I'm sure he'll get more competitive fights. It might not be the top contenders, but I feel like he'll get top fights. And if he continues to go on that path, he should get a belt sometime soon and be able to challenge somebody that's for real.
Well, I think he'll be in the 135 category. So right now, 135 is
pretty
hot. One of the hottest weight classes
right
now. So with the Tanks, the Haneys, the Ryan Garcias, the Lomachenkos, the Camboses now who came up.
He just burst through the scene. And Isaac Cruz just burst through the scene.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could definitely get some pretty good fights in 135. How did you feel about Big Baby? I was really impressed that he came out southpaw and really confused the competition. I mean, he didn't know what to do.
That was the epitome of, when we watched it, I told you, I said, that is the epitome of a crossover in boxing, because, let me explain. So he came out in the southpaw, which confused the fighter in the first place. He wasn't expecting that anyway. So if you're a good fighter and you got a great training camp, you're definitely gonna trust your trainer. So you're prepared for an orthodox fighter. He comes out southpaw. You're really out there by yourself figuring out how to fight this guy. So that's what happened in the first round. And then him and his trainer, when he went back in between the rounds, was like, okay, look, So this is what you kind of got to do because
He's
a southpaw. So all the stuff we was doing, we throwing that out the window because he fighting you as a southpaw. So second round he comes out and now he's got a better understanding of what he needs to do against this guy because the trainer's been watching him outside for him. Mm-hmm. And then he's going out there trying to do it and now he's fighting orthodox again. So it's like, oh man, you scrambling, you just caught me real quick. You know what I'm saying? He was completely off balance the whole fight. Big Baby put on a big show. It was a real good show.
He put on a good show. I like how he moves. He really moves as if he's a middleweight and a heavyweight.
Yes.
In heavyweight's body.
Yes.
So I mean, I love it. I love watching this fight. He's very entertaining. The fact that he can switch is very, very impressive.
Yeah, I didn't know he had that in his bag.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. He had that in his bag,
I mean,
man.
wow. I didn't know. He shocked everybody.
What you got? You know what I'm saying? That was pretty nice.
So I don't know if he had something to prove, but he definitely proved it. Who else we got? Sanchez versus Valdez.
Sanchez versus Valdez. Is that the one where the guy was with the hands down, was acting like he was acting like he was the truth, right? He was out there. He was doing pretty good though, but all things come to that work. So you can be out there looking real good in the first 2-3 rounds. There's a bunch of people that fight and prepare.
I mean, it was
for the
only
first
6 or 8 rounds,
hey.
So I don't know. He didn't seem very prepared. He got tired in like the 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah.
So.
He looked like somebody else. Ain't the Golden Gloves getting tired. So, you know, killing in the beginning and getting smashed in a couple last rounds. Yes, very amateurish. So he got out of there real quick because, he just couldn't take a body shot and it was over pretty quick.
Okay. And then we come to the main event.
Now this
Lomachenko versus Comey.
This was, I want to say, a good fight because of, it was like, Comey just didn't give up. So he could have gave up. He really could have been like, all right, I'm done. But at the same time, it was like, he really just doing the same thing over and over to you. So it would have been different if he was attacking you from all angles for real. Like he was making it look like he was attacking them from all angles, which is, regular fighter would have buckled and quit anyway, which is what Loma was going for. But I feel like he was just playing to his jab and spinning on the outside. And he just continuously did that, which he wasn't having 100% success. So Comey was able to, hook him with the left a couple times, catch him in the body a couple times. So I think that is what gave Comey in his corner enough to be like, nah, we ain't throwing it in. We got this. We at least gonna make it to the end, even though we're getting the brakes beat off.
I mean, Comey stuck it out. He did face a knockdown. He got back up. I think Comey had some pretty good looks. He definitely was getting Loma with a lot of body shots. I think he should have took more body shots.
Yes.
Because he missed a lot of those head shots. Because I would imagine Lomachenko's a pretty tough guy to hit. He's small. He's moving around. He's spinning around. But I think if Comey would have came with more body shots and maybe was able to land some of those hard rights, he possibly would have been able to get Loma out of there. But I mean, he made it through all 12 rounds. It was a good fight to watch. It was very entertaining. Comey overcame some adversity. He stayed in the fight. Actually, Loma was looking in the corner trying to get them to stop the fight.
Yeah, he was yelling at the corner.
When Comey recovered, he came through and he was able to finish out all the rounds.
He got his legs back.
I mean, he really had a chance the whole fight because he just needed to land one good punch.
Yeah, I really feel like it was another fight where you have one fighter giving just a little bit too much respect. Because in the first rounds, you could see Comey had enough ability to stop him and make Loma do something different. But he didn't hit the gas on it. So, he didn't step his left foot on the outside so he can keep him from spinning to his outside his jab. So
probably easier said than done.
Maybe, we don't know, right? I'm just saying.
Like I said, it's just our opinion.
It was the only thing that he kept doing, and maybe it was just so great that he couldn't avoid it.
Right.
But I've seen him actually stop him a couple times, and I think what he did to stop him those couple times, because Loma wasn't giving him different looks, with what he was doing. I think he should have capitalized on that. But the busyness that he kept Loma jerking and looking, I think that that threw him off from what he was capable of actually doing. It's almost like making somebody act like you getting hit, but you're not. You really wasn't getting hit. You just so worried about getting hit. That's what I think about the fight. So, but Comey did good.
Comey did good. I do think I would love to see who he fight next.
I really didn't think he was even going to do that well. I really thought once I seen the videos, because you know, watched Comey before the fight. Of course, I've seen Loma, but I just thought he was going to make him quit on the stool already before the fight. I didn't think he really had enough footwork. He hadn't shown that in other fights. But
he definitely was spinning with him.
Yeah,
he wasn't getting lost in the ring. He did a few times, I did see.
And he did get lost a couple times, but for the most part, you're either incapable of the footwork or you're just learning. And right now, it looked like at that fight, it looked like Comey was just learning. And you can't go in there with somebody like Loma and just learning how to move your feet, you know. So he did pretty good, and you know that's what it is.
So I'm interested to see who Loma fight next. Will it be Kambosos? Will it be I don't know. I'm interested to see if they're really gonna line Loma back up to get those belts that back in his hands that he lost to Ted Famo.
I definitely think they don't line up with them belts because they losing. Well, they were gonna lose Terrence Crawford. Of course, I think he's back, but yeah, they're gonna keep whoever has the belts. As long as they're with top rank, they're going to be good to go.
We shall see. We shall see. So, I don't know, man. I really hope Kambosos fights Haney and not Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko should probably have a couple of more fights to go through before he's able to contend for the belts again, considering that he just lost in one fight before this one.
Yeah. I don't know why anyone would think that Loma would be a bigger fight. I mean, bigger name, yeah. More money, not really. So, legacy, everything would be the undisputed fight with Haney versus giving up the belt or fighting with Loma to see who's the best as far as Loma and Kambosos. I don't see that really being a bigger fight, you know. Because I think he'll make more money with, you know, Haney, and I think it'll be a better legacy fight because it'll be a real undisputed fight. If Kambosos fight Lomachenko, I'm not gonna necessarily say that Kambosos can't win that fight, but I don't think that Top Rank is gonna let it happen like that. So it'll be something that pop off, possibly some type of card issue, disqualification, something.
We shall see.
You know what I'm saying? And because it looked like Loma's just getting the pass back to the belts for
getting
sure.
The lob right to him. They're gonna lob the belts back to him. But I don't know, Kambosos. He might go in there and Kambosos got some footwork, so he might go in there and give Loma a win for his money.
I think anybody that has footwork, if you're fighting against Lomachenko, and you can look at most of his fights, anyone with any type of footwork is giving him, and you can say he has problems or not, but he hasn't made them look like they need to quit the fight. So if they had any type of footwork, they never look like they need to quit the fight. They look like they actually belong in the fight if you got some footwork, because that is literally his bread and butter. Your footwork weak, you out of there. You out of there. You completely gone. So yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching and listening. And this is our 2 cents. Make sure you leave a comment below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next video.